Welcome to my channel. I hope you like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful cardigan sweater, coat, or jacket for girls between 18 and 24 months. It's super easy to make. I hope you like it. The one we're going to make in the tutorial is for 18 to 24 months, but you can easily make it smaller or bigger. I'd say from 12 months and up to 10 years old. Down here in the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. Now, as always, if you prefer written pattern and would also like to purchase some mystery yarn bags, I'll go ahead and leave you the link to my Etsy shop in the information box below. Thank you so much for your support. Now, to make this little cardigan sweater, coat, or jacket, this is the yarn that I used. I used DK weight yarn in these two colors. Now for the main color, which is this here, I used a total of 270 grams. For this one here, I used a total of 20 grams. So in total, you're going to need about 290 grams for the 18 to 12 months size. You will need less or more depending on the size that you're making, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's get started, but don't forget to subscribe, activate the notifications bell to all notifications so that YouTube can recommend my videos. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, to make this little cardigan sweater, coat, or jacket, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this number 3 yarn. At the beginning of the video, I showed you the yarn that I'm using, and I told you how much yarn you're going to need for the size that we're making. Now, you can also use a ply or DK weight yarn. Now, here to begin, I have 56 chains. The stitch multiple to this base chain is multiples of 3 plus 2. Now, this chain here, without stretching or anything, it's measuring about 29 centimeters, which is about 11.5 inches. If you're off by 1 or 2 centimeters, it's okay. Just continue with the first row. So here for the first row into the second chain from the hook, I'm going to make a single crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and so on. This is all I'm going to do for this first row. 1 single crochet on each chain. Continue. I will meet you at the end of this first row. I'm here at the end of the first row. This is where I did single crochets. I have 55 single crochets at the end of this first row. Now for the second row, chain 2 and turn. Now these two chains never count. In this row, I'm going to work increases. So beginning on top of the first single crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next single crochet, make your increase. So make 2 double crochets. Into the next, make 1 double crochet, and into the next, make your increase, so 2 double crochets. And that's all you're going to do for the rest of this second row. 1 double crochet into the next, then 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way to the end of the second row. I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this second row. Now up to here I have 78 double crochets. I still have 3 stitches left. Here at the end, I'm not going to make any more increases. I'm just going to make 1 double crochet into these last 3 single crochets. There. Now I have 81 double crochets. So I had 78, 79, 80, 81. Now for the third row, chain 2 and turn. Beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next one, which is the second double crochet, work a front post double crochet. Into the next back post double crochet. Into the next front post double crochet, and so on. This is all I'm going to do for this third row. Front post and back post double crochets. Continue. I will meet you at the end of this third row. I'm here at the end of this third row. This here is a front post double crochet. So now to finish the row on top of the last double crochet, make a double crochet. And here's the third row with 81 double crochets. Now for the fourth row, chain 1 and turn. Now in this row, all we're going to do are single crochets. Beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a single crochet. On top of the next, a single crochet, and so on. This is all I'm going to do for this fourth row. 1 single crochet on each double crochet. Continue. I will meet you at the end of this fourth row. I'm here at the end of the 4th row. I have 81 single crochets. Now for the 5th row, chain 2 and turn. Now in this row, we're going to increase just like we did in the 2nd row. So beginning on top of the first single crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next one, make 2 double crochets. 1 double crochet into the next, and then into the next, make your increase. So make 2 double crochets. This is how we're going to continue for this 5th row. 1 double crochet, then into the next 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way to the end. Continue like this. I will meet you at the end of this 5th row. I'm here at the end of this 5th row. In this 5th row, we made increases. I have a total of 121 double crochets at the end of this 5th row. Now for the 6th row, chain 2 and turn. Now in this row, we're going to make front post and back post double crochets. Beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next, make a front post double crochet. Into the next, a back post double crochet. Into the next, front post double crochet. Into the next, back post double crochet. This is how we're going to continue for this 6th row. I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this 6th row. This is where I did front post and back post double crochets. Now to finish here at the end, on top of the last double crochet, make a double crochet. I have 121 stitches at the end of this 6th row. For the 7th row, chain 1 and turn. In this row, we're going to make single crochet. So beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a single crochet. On top of the next, a single crochet into the next, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this 7th row. I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this 7th row. This is where I did single crochets. I have a total of 121 single crochets. Now for the 8th row, chain 2 and turn. In this row, I need to repeat the row where we do the increases. So beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next one, make your increase. So make 2 double crochets. Into the next, make 1 double crochet, and into the next 2. And that's how you're going to continue for the rest of this 8th row. 2, 1, 2, 1 to the end. I will meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of this 8th row. This is where we did the row of increases. Up to here, I have 177 double crochets, and I still have 3 stitches left. Now into these last 3 stitches, make 1 double crochet on each, so that at the end of this 8th row, we have a total of 180 double crochets. Now for row 9, we're going to chain 2 and turn. Now in this 9th row, we're going to repeat the row of front post and back post double crochets. So beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next, work a front post double crochet. Into the next, back post double crochet, front post double crochet, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this 9th row. I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of the 9th row. Here's my last double crochet. On top of the last one, just make a double crochet. And this is how I finished the 9th row with a total of 180 stitches. In this row, we did front post and back post double crochets. Now for row 10, chain 1 and turn. In this row, we're going to make single crochet. So beginning on top of the first one, make a single crochet. Into the next, a single crochet, and so on. At the end of this 10th row, you're going to have 180 single crochets. Continue. I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of the 10th row. I have a total of 180 single crochets. Now for row 11, we're going to chain 2 and turn. In this row, I'm going to make double crochets, but I'm not going to increase. All I'm going to do is double crochets on top of each one of these single crochets, so that when I finish this 11th row, I'm going to have 180 double crochets. I'm not going to increase in this row, so this is all I'm going to do. 1 double crochet on each single crochet. Continue like this. I'll meet you at the end of the 11th row. I'm here at the end of the 11th row. This is where I did double crochets. I did not increase in this row. I have a total of 180 double crochets. Now for row 12, chain 2 and turn. In this row, we're going to repeat the row of front post and back post double crochets. So beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. Now into the next one, work a front post double crochet. Into the next, back post double crochet, front post double crochet into the next, and so on. Continue like this to the end of this 12th row. I will meet you there to show you what we need to do next. I finished making the 12th row. This is where I did front post and back post double crochets. Now here at the end on top of the last double crochet, I did a double crochet. I have a total of 180 stitches at the end of this 12th row. Now the yoke is done and it's measuring about 10.5 centimeters, which is about 4.25 inches. Now what we're going to do next is divide the sleeves. Now I'm going to tell you how you need to place your stitch markers. This stitch marker here is marking the front of the sweater. This is the inside. Now each one of the front panels is going to have 25 and 25 stitches. Each one of the sleeves has 40 stitches, and for the back side I have 50. So here to continue, we're going to divide the sleeves. This is going to be the first row. So here chain 1 and turn. Beginning on top of this first stitch, make a single crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and so on. Here I'm going to make these 25 single crochets until I come here to the first stitch marker. So I will meet you right here. I finished making these 25 single crochets for this first front panel. Now to divide the first sleeve, chain 7. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now skip 40 double crochets for the first sleeve, and into the stitch after the stitch marker right here, make a single crochet. Now if you want to add more chains here under the sleeve to add to the chest measurement, you can. Just make sure that when you finish this first row, it's in multiples of 3. Now we're going to continue along here for the back side, and we're going to work these 50 single crochets. So continue. I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to divide the second sleeve. I finished making these 50 single crochets for the back side. Now to divide the second sleeve, chain 7. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now skip 40 double crochets for the second sleeve, and into the stitch after the stitch marker, make a single crochet. Now continue along and finish these last 25 single crochets. I will meet you at the end of this first row. I finished making these last 25 single crochets for the second front panel. Now the first row is done. We have divided the sleeves. At the end of this row, you should have a total of 114 stitches, which is divisible by 3. Each one of the front panels has 25 and 25. For the back side, we have 50, and under each sleeve, we have 7 chains. Now, as I mentioned when we were separating the sleeves, you can add more chains or less chains. The important thing is that when we finish this first row, that it's in multiples of 3. I have 114 stitches, which is perfect because it's divisible by 3. So here to continue, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So here to continue for the second row, here we're going to begin the pattern, which is the crystal wave stitch. So beginning on top of this first single crochet, make a single crochet. Now skip 1 single crochet and into the next one, which is the third single crochet counting from the beginning, 1, 2, 3. Into this single crochet here, make a single crochet, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. Now skip 1, 2, and into the third, make a single crochet, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. We're going to make these shells for this second row. Again, skip 1, 2, and into the third, make a single crochet, 2 chains, 3 double crochets into this same stitch. And that's all we're going to do for the rest of this second row. So continue along here where we have the chains. You just continue with the same sequence. Skip 2 and into the third, make your shell. Finish this second row. I will meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this second row. This is where I did this row of shells. I have a total of 37 shells. Now to finish this row, I have these last 3 single crochets. Into the last single crochet, make a single crochet. Now for the third row, chain 1 and turn. Now this third row is the row that we're going to repeat from here on. Now beginning on top of this first single crochet here, make a single crochet. You always finish with a single crochet and you always start with a single crochet. We have the first shell, we have 3 double crochets. Into the second double crochet here, make a front post single crochet, chain 2, and into this chain 2 space of this same shell here, make 3 double crochets. Now we have the next shell, we have 3 double crochets. Into the second double crochet, make a front post single crochet, chain 2, and into the chain 2 space of this same shell, make 3 double crochets. And that's all we're going to do here. Again, we have the third shell, 3 double crochets, make a front post single crochet into the second double crochet. Now chain 2, and into the chain 2 space of this same shell, make 3 double crochets. And this is all we're going to do here for this third row. And this is the row that you're going to repeat from here on. Continue. I will meet you at the end of this third row to show you once again how to finish the row and then how to start the row once again. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have my last shell. I have a total of 37 shells at the end of this row. From here on, we're always going to have 37 shells. Now to finish this row, you always go into the single crochet here at the end and make a single crochet. Now to start each row from here on, you're just going to chain 1 and turn. Beginning on top of this single crochet, make a single crochet. Now we have the first shell. Into the second double crochet, make a front post single crochet, chain 2. Now into this chain 2 space of this same shell here, make 3 double crochets. Now we have the second shell. Into the second double crochet, make a front post single crochet, chain 2, and into this chain 2 of the same shell here, make 3 double crochets. And this is all we're going to do for the rest of this fourth row. You just repeat exactly what we did in the third row, and that's how you're going to continue. This stitch here, the crystal wave stitch, is just a 1 row repeat, which is very easy and it works up absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do for my little sweater, but continue watching. I will let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do, so I will meet you at the end of that row. I'm almost done with this part. I have done a total of 31 rows, including the first row that we did here when we divided the sleeves. The last row that I did, I worked on the wrong side, and to finish, all I did was my last single crochet, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through that last loop. Now it's measuring from the top of the shoulder to the end of the last row. It's measuring about 38 centimeters, which is about 15 inches. If you want to make this here longer, you can. That would be up to you. Now to make this part here, the front panels and the neckline, I'm going to switch to this other color. This is a light gray color here. I think it goes well with this color here, so we'll see how it looks. So here to begin, all you need to do is just go into the last single crochet that you did at the end of the row when you finished this part here. So grab a loop there, bring it through, chain 1, and then into this same space here, make 2 half double crochets. That's 1 and 2. Now into the next row, here at the end we have single crochet, so make a half double crochet. Into the next row, a half double crochet. So here at the end, all we have are single crochets. So into each one of these single crochets, all you're going to do is just make a half double crochet like this. Make sure that you make these half double crochets nice and loose. And that's how you're going to continue until you come here to the yoke. I will meet you right around here to show you how we're going to work the stitches here at the end of the yoke. Okay, I finished making these half double crochets. Now up to here, which is the first row here that we did when we divided the sleeves, up to here I have 32 stitches. And then for the yoke, what I did was I just did 2 half double crochets at the end of each one of the rows. So we have for the yoke 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and into the last row here I'm going to make a half double crochet. So in total you should have 49 half double crochets here for this part. You can have 1 or 2 stitches less or more. The important thing is that when you do the other side you have the same number of stitches as you did here for the first front panel. That's the important thing. And make sure that you don't make too many half double crochets, otherwise this part here is not going to look as nice. So I have 49. Now for the second row we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now here, beginning on top of the first half double crochet, make a half double crochet. Now into the next, make a front post half double crochet, into the next back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet into the next, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this part. Front post and back post half double crochets. Now continue to the end of the second row. I'll meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of the second row here for the first front panel. This is where I did front post and back post half double crochets. Now to finish here at the end on top of the last half double crochet, make a half double crochet. Now at the end of this row I have 49 half double crochets. Now for the third row, chain 1 and turn. Now in this row we're going to repeat the same thing. So beginning on top of the first half double crochet, make a half double crochet. This next stitch here is a back post, so make a back post half double crochet. Into the next, a front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet into the next, front post half double crochet into the next, and so on. This is how you're going to continue for the third row. So I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this third row. Now to finish here at the end, on top of the last half double crochet, make a half double crochet. And here's the third row with a total of 49 half double crochet. So this front panel here is done. This is how it looks. Now I did not add any buttonholes. This is where you would put the buttonholes for girls. I didn't add any buttonholes because the spaces in between the rows of half double crochets are big enough for buttons to fit through. Now continue watching so that you can see what size buttons I'm going to use, but for the most part I usually use 9, 10, 11, or even 12 millimeter size. So at the end I'll let you know what size buttons I'm going to use, and I'll show you the buttons that I choose for this little cardigan. So continue watching. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to work on the neckline, and to do the neckline we're going to chain 1. Now into this last half double crochet that I did here for the front panel, make a half double crochet. Into the next row, make a half double crochet, and into the third row here for the front panel, a half double crochet. So we have 3 half double crochets here. Now here around the neckline, all we're going to do is just make 1 half double crochet on each one of these chains like this into the same stitch where we did the row of single crochet. So right there, that's where you're going to insert your hook and make these half double crochets all around. So continue. I will meet you here at this other end to show you what we need to do next. I finished making these half double crochets around the neckline. I have a total of 58 half double crochets, including these 3 here at the beginning. Now for the second front panel here, we're going to make the same number of stitches that we did on the first row for the first front panel. So for me, I had 49. So to begin, I'm going to chain 1, and right into this last half double crochet that I did, make a half double crochet. Now into the next row, the row of single crochets, make 1. Now here I'm going to work 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 half double crochets for this front panel, because that's how I did this part here. I had 16 half double crochets here for the yoke. So into this next row here, make 2, into the next 2. So that's 2, 4, 6. So I have 6 so far. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let me count to double check. We have 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Now into this last row here, make 2 and 1. So from here on, you just do 1 for the bottom part of the sweater. Now, when you get here to the bottom, just count your stitches and go back and adjust. The important thing is that you have the same number of half double crochets as you did for this first row for the first front panel. That's the important thing. So continue, finish this first row for the second front panel. I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this first row for the second front panel. Now into this last stitch here, make a half double crochet. Now at the end of this first row, I have 49 half double crochets. Now for rows 2 and 3 of the second front panel, you chain 1 and turn, and you always begin by making a half double crochet on top of the first stitch, and then start with a front post half double crochet into the next, back post half double crochet into the next, front post half double crochet into the next, and so on. That's how you're going to continue for the second row, just alternating between front post and back post half double crochets. Now here at the end, on top of the last half double crochet, you're going to make your last half double crochet, then chain 1, turn, and then you're going to work front post and back post half double crochets. You're just going to work the stitches exactly how they are, and this part is exactly how we did it here for the first front panel. So continue, finish these 2 rows, and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I finished making the second front panel. Here at the end of the third row, I did my last stitch, cut my yarn, passed my yarn through that last loop, and the front panels are done. Now what we're going to do next are the sleeves. I already went ahead and did this side, so I'm going to show you what I did here on this side. You're going to do it exactly in the same way when you have to do the second sleeve. So we're going to go right here, right under the sleeve. Right in the middle, we're going to insert our hook. So right here, find a space that's in the middle of this part here under the sleeve. And then for the sleeve, I have marked the 40 double crochets that we left when we divided the sleeve. So we have 40 stitches here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a loop here, bring it through, and chain 1. Now into the same space here, make a single crochet. So what I want you to do is between this stitch marker and this stitch marker, we need to add 8 extra stitches right here, right under the sleeve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 on this side, then I'm going to work the 40 stitches here for the sleeve, and then I'm going to finish with another 4 here. Now there is no right or wrong way of doing this. The important thing is that you finish here with 8 extra single crochets. So I already have 1 here on this side, so I'm going to go into this shell here and make the second one, go into this corner stitch there, that's 3 and 4 right here into the stitch where we divided the sleeves. So I have 4 single crochets here. Now I'm going to work these next 40 single crochets here for the sleeve. I'm going to continue with the pattern here of the yoke. For the yoke, we did a row of single crochets, then a row of double crochet, and 1 row of front post and back post double crochets. That's how I did the sleeve here. So that's how I'm going to show you how it's done. So you're just going to continue all around for this first row, make these 40 single crochets for the stitches here for the sleeve, and then I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to finish the first row. I'm here at the end of the first row. Now I did 40 single crochets around the sleeve plus the 4 that I did here at the beginning. I have 44 single crochets up to here. So now what I'm going to do is I need to make 4 more stitches between the first single crochet that I did and this last one that I have here. So into this space I need to make sure to add 4 extra single crochet. So I'm going to go into this space and make 1, into the next, that's 2, into this next one, that's 3, and right into this stitch where I have the shell, make the 4th one. Now I have 48 single crochets at the end of this row. Now to finish, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the second row, what I'm going to do is the row of double crochets because that's how the pattern goes. Here for the second row, we're going to chain 2 and right into this first single crochet, make a double crochet. Now here in this row I'm going to make a double crochet decrease at the beginning and at the end so that we are left with only 46 stitches for the rest of the sleeve. So to do this, into the second and the third single crochet, I'm going to yarn over, insert your hook into the second single crochet, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the third single crochet, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here I did a double crochet decrease. This stitch here counts as 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to continue all around the sleeve, just making 1 double crochet for each single crochet until I come to the end here. 2 stitches before we finish, we're going to make our second decrease. So I will meet you right here at the end of this second row. I'm here at the end of the third row. Up to here I have 45 double crochets. I still have 2 single crochets left. So here into these last 2 stitches I'm going to work my double crochet decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, yarn over, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet, not the chain, the double crochet, and join with a slip stitch. And here's the second row with a total of 46 double crochets all around. From here on I'm going to continue with the same number of stitches, 46. So whenever I have to do the row of front post or the row of single crochets, I'm always going to have 46 stitches. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, according to the pattern, I need to do the row of front post and back post double crochets. So beginning into this first double crochet, which is the same one we joined to, make a front post double crochet. Into the next one, a back post double crochet, into the next front post double crochet, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this third row, front post and back post double crochets. I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this third row. In this row I did front post and back post double crochets. My last stitch here is a back post. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now at the end of this row I have 46 stitches as well. Now we're going to begin the pattern again. We're going to start with the row of single crochets. So to start you off here, for the fourth row, chain 1. Now into this same stitch here, make a single crochet into the next, and so on. For this row, this is all you're going to do. It's just 1 single crochet on top of each one of these double crochets all around. At the end of this fourth row, you're going to have 46 stitches, and to finish, you're going to go on top of the first single crochet, join with a slip stitch, chain 2, and then repeat the row of double crochets all around. And when you finish that row, you're going to join to that first double crochet, chain 2, and then start with front post and back post double crochets, just like I did here for the third row. And that's how we're going to continue for the rest of the sleeve. Just continue repeating the 3 rows until we have a total of 30 rows. The last row that you're going to do is the row of front post and back post double crochets, and then into the next row of single crochets we're going to make some decreases and then make the cuff here. So continue and make the next 30 rows, and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I finished making the 30 rows here for the sleeve. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, plus the rows of single crochet. That's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I have 30 rows here for the sleeve. Towards the end of the video, I always give you the finished measurement, so continue watching if you need that measurement. So here, to continue for row 31, we're going to make the row single crochets, but we're going to decrease here. So to do this, we're going to chain 1 and right into the same stitch that I joined at the end of the last row, make a single crochet. Here I'm going to make a total of 4. So that's 2, 3, 4. Now into the 5th and 6th we're going to decrease. So insert your hook into the 5th stitch, into the 6th stitch. I have 3 loops on the hook, close. So here we're going to make single crochet decreases. Again, make 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2 make your single crochet decrease. And then again make 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2 make your single crochet decrease. And this is all we're going to do here all around. I'll meet you here at the end of this 31st row. I'm almost done with row 31. Now up to here, here's my last decrease. I have 35 stitches and I still have 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into these last 4, I'm just going to make a single crochet on each one, so that at the end of this row, I have 39 single crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And here is row 31. Now for row 32, I'm going to cut my yarn. So I'm just going to pass my yarn through this last loop and just cut my yarn. I'm going to change yarn color. If you're not changing yarn color, then you're just going to chain 1 and then do the same thing I'm going to do after I join. I'm going to use this gray color, which is the same yarn I used for the front panels and the neckline. So I'm just going to grab a loop here through the same stitch that I joined the first double crochet. Now chain 1 here, and here we're going to work front post and back post half double crochets all around. So for row 32, we're going to begin with a front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet into the next, and back post half double crochets into the next, and so on. This is how I'm going to continue for row 32. Continue, I'll meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of row 32. This is where I did front post and back post half double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first stitch and join with a slip stitch. Now for rows 33 and 34, you're going to chain 1, and then you're just going to work these stitches exactly how they are. Beginning with the first one here, it's a front post half double crochet, so you make a front post half double crochet. Now into the next, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet into the next, and so on. That's how you're going to continue for this row. Once you finish, go on top of the first stitch, join with a slip stitch, and then repeat the same thing for row 34. So continue, finish this part, and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I finished making the last row here for the cuff. At the end, I just joined to the beginning, cut my yarn, and passed my yarn through that last loop. I already hid my ends, and here is the sleeve. It's all done. Now you're going to do exactly the same thing that we did here for this sleeve. You're going to do it here on this other side. It's done exactly in the same way. So that's all you're going to do. So the little jacket is all done. Look how beautiful this looks. I also went ahead and added these buttons. Now these buttons here are 12 millimeters size. Like I said, you can use 9, 10, 11, or 12 millimeter size. Now let me give you the finished measurement. Let's start with the sleeves. From the top of the neckline to the end here of the last row for the cuff, it's measuring about 36 centimeters, which is about 14.25 inches. From under the sleeve to the end of the sleeve, it's measuring about 25 centimeters, which is about 10 inches. Now the width here of the sleeve, just the top, it's measuring about 10.5 centimeters, which is about 4 inches, and the total length from the top of the shoulder to the end here of the last row, it's measuring about 38 centimeters, which is about 15 inches. And this measurement here from the top of the neckline to the underarm right across, it's measuring about 14.5 centimeters, which is about 5.75 inches. Now the chest measurement right here, just the top, it's measuring about 30 centimeters, which is about 11.75 inches. So based on these measurements, this little jacket, coat, or cardigan is for girls and boys between 18 and 24 months. Now you can make it smaller or bigger. I'd say from 12 to 18 months and up to 10 years old. Down here in the information box, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can easily make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. Remember, the information box opens when you click the title of the video. So here's the little sweater, cardigan, or coat. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this stitch pattern. So I hope you get to make one like this. And like I said, you can make it smaller or bigger. So make sure to check out the information box. And as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. Now in my Etsy shop, you can find patterns for most of my tutorials, but I'll also be adding listings for some mystery yarn bags. I have a lot of yarn that is not being used, and I much rather it go to someone who can make something beautiful out of it. So check out my Etsy shop for those listings. Thank you so much for your support. Now, this was today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.